This is a general reading for Aries from September 28th through October 5th. So if Aries is your sun or moon rising, or your Venus, this is a general reading for you. So take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm still offering a complimentary reading to either someone who subscribes or puts in a comment for the month of September and October. So if you put in a comment in September, you will be in the September offering of the free reading. And if you put your comment or subscribe in October, you will be considered for the October. Know that I do read all of your comments. I so appreciate them. I so also appreciate all of you, the sense of community and your support. It means a lot to me, and I really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. The numbers are increasing, which helps the logarithms of the channel, and subscribing is absolutely free. It costs nothing to subscribe. You know, there's not a lot of free stuff in the universe anymore, but this is one of those free things, and I'm not going to put you on a marketing list. I'm not going to send you a text. I'm not going to send you a bunch of email. It is to, you know, help the channel. And if you like the video, thumbs up. That would be greatly appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you would check that video and see if you're a subscriber. If you're not and you thought you were a subscriber, it's real easy to just click on and resubscribe. So it helps the channel, and I appreciate it. Now, I also am going to have the October special, and I'm doing some refinements. If you look in the post, you will see I'm changing some of the structure for the readings that I'm offering, and for the the October special. So the October special will be for subscribers. That the normal readings will be $30 for 30 minutes and $50 for an hour. I'm changing that. If you are a subscriber, it'll be $25 for half an hour and $45 for an hour. So it's $25 for half an hour and $45 for an hour if you're a subscriber. So that will be one of the advantages of being a subscriber. You get $5 off. And I'm going to change that, so you do have an option that for the special, you do have the option. It can be a live reading or it could be a video, depending on your schedule and what your preference is. So that's another advantage to being a subscriber. So if you're interested, send me an email. If you're interested in the other options for the readings, just send me an email. I think that the only way that structure would be for this month, for the month of October, is if you're not a subscriber, it'd be the regular price. So there's a $5 advantage to becoming a subscriber. So think about it and then send me an email if you're interested in any of those. I have my crew here. I wanted to share that Gypsy crossed the bridge, the Rainbow Bridge, yesterday. See, I get upset. She was in pain, and to hang on to her would be very selfish of me. So I took her to the vet. He was so kind, and I took her favorite lunch meat that she could eat, rubbed her ears, and, you know, he made me feel better that he asked because she was panting, and he said that's a sign of pain. So for me, it was, you know, I didn't want her in pain. So I put onto the community some pictures. The first day that I adopted her from the rescue, and then like she was in the crate when we came to Portugal, and then on the couch in Portugal. She loved her walks. So that's my Gypsy dog. Now, I have Nina helping me here with reading the cards today. She's quite a little psychic dog, and she's Portuguese. So she's bilingual. She's better than I am. She understands Portuguese and English. Then I have Jason in the bedroom, and he is feeling so much better after his little medical problem. I have to go take him for a checkup, but he's feeling much, much better, and he's not on antibiotics anymore. Milo's in the living room and Hope's out in the courtyard all by himself now because he's always out there with Gypsy because she would check on him because Gypsy was the alpha and it was her job, she thought, was to check on all the other dogs. Are they eating? Are they there? You know, in the wild, the alpha is the female. So she had taken that role. I think Gypsy was at least 12, probably, maybe 13. I adopted her when she was 8. So I have shuffled the cards, and Aries, you have the greatest spirit guides. So we'll see what they have to tell you today for this week. And I will also be doing the month of October readings and for all the 12 signs, and that will be coming out before the weekend also. So I'm going to be doing 2 batches of readings for all 12 signs in the next few days. So let's see what we have coming up for you, Aries, and do we have any messages? There's some energies that are, I guess, some swirly energies going around some of the areas and maybe some confusions. I'm getting that it could be a time of miscommunication sometime, that as you say something to someone, you think that you're saying one thing, but they hear something else. And you know, through that miscommunication can come misunderstanding, and then that can lead to. So I think it's really important, for one thing, when you have communications this week with someone or anyone around you, you know, to clarify, and not in an arrogant way. It's, you know, like when you say something and then you confirm it. For example, if you are dividing responsibilities and someone's going to do one task and you're going to do the other task, and then you clarify it and you say, okay, now you're going to be stopping at the store and picking up these items while I do this. I just wanted to, you know, I want to be sure so that, you know, everything is smooth. And you do it in a nice way, and rather than a demanding way or an ordering way, because it's real important this week to have clear, affirming communications. Because, you know, the other thing that you don't know what that other person's going through this week, but because they could have been having some, okay, thank you, Spirit Guide, they could be having some stresses in their lives, and that as you come along, you could be the innocent person, you know, whistling along, happy, everything's fine, and then you have a communication, and how they react is not really how they're reacting to you, but how they're reacting because of what they're carrying through from what happened in that day or what happened around them. And so you just happen to be right there at the wrong time. So know that it's not about you, but it's real important for you to have smooth conversations and acknowledge, you know, in a nice way, how they're feeling. You know, you could say, well, how's your day? Gosh, you know, anything happen? Well, I'm really sorry that happened. Is there anything I can do at this moment to make it better, you know, to smooth it out, or, you know, just acknowledge their feelings and offer to help, you know, make it smooth instead of having a volcano blow up. That's what someone's saying, you know, Spirit's saying, because, you know, there's a change in the energy of the planets going on, and we don't know what's going on, what happened to them before they got to their communication with you. That could be in the workplace. That could be, you know, a family member. It could be your kids. You know, whatever it is, you know. And sometimes people don't want to talk about their feelings, that they're embarrassed, or, you know, they don't want to admit that, you know, like your kids, that someone bullied them at school, or they got in trouble with the teacher, not bad enough that they were going to report it, but they get embarrassed and they're upset about, you know. So it's, you know, acknowledge that, you know, they had some experiences before they got together with you that day. Spirit's saying that. So let's see what the cards have here. Oh my goodness, we got a Tower. That just goes along with it. You know, it could be a Tower moment. clearing up, and it's about a page of rods. So some sort of message, and it goes, that is exactly what I was talking about. That let's, be prepared for the tower moment. I think that's what Spirit is telling you. Be prepared for the tower moment. And be very kind, and know that there might be some miscommunications, and remember that it isn't necessarily you, it's that we're all here on this planet, and there's all sorts of things that happen for us here. It's not like we're in the Disneyland, where, well, Disneyland has stuff that happens too, but what I'm saying, it's not just all the fun, but even, the day-to-day kind of thing. So there's a message, and there's like a message, and it's boom, and we'll see what it's about. It could be even about work or something. Then you're in the middle of your world, so it's everything. The world card means all aspects of your life. So at the base of it is, your whole world. And it could be on aspects that could affect all of those, or for some people it could be one part, and for someone else it's something else. Remember, this is a general reading. Behind you is Temperance. Be patient, know that things are starting to happen, or things will happen in due time. And also, don't push anything, do not rush anything, take your time, and not be reactive. Not be reactive, but be proactive. But it's taking your time, being patient, being in the flow of the universe. Because what's crowning you is some choices. The Seven of Cups. And I'll go over, I'm starting to interpret the Seven of Cups a little bit differently because Spirit guided me this week. So, there's a different spin on that. What's ahead is the Ten of Wands. And, the Ten of Wands, it's always, well, I can see the light, I can see the end of this journey, don't have to carry this burden much longer. Then we have the Five of Pentacles. I'm thinking about hard things to carry, and you think of the burdens, and you think, oh, I just have that much longer, and if I can just get to that goal, or that whatever it is, that the destination, even though I have these heavy burdens. And I think we all remember times where we carried too much, and it's almost like this, and we're like, oh, I'm just about there, I hope I don't drop it. Then we have the Emperor, and the Justice card. Yeah, there's the Emperor and the Justice card can go together sometimes. And then the Two of Wands. Two of Wands with the happy home. That's very good. That's a good outcome here. Someone could be getting a marriage proposal or a good conversation with a partner. That's possible. The Two of Wands is two people, and the Four can be happy home, it can be marriage, it can be proposal, it could be happy home. Then we have the Justice card with the Five of Swords. Something's going on here, some sort of injustice, or it could be righting a wrong. Then we have the Emperor with the Knight of Cups. That could be related to home. Five of Pentacles with the Six of Rods. That's good. That is very good. The Ten of Wands, which are heavy burdens, with the Nine of Swords reversed. So this is a release of that. Whatever situation you've been dealing with, it's a release of that. Able to move forward. Your burdens are just about over. The Seven of Cups with the Ace of Swords. And you know how I like the Ace of Swords. It's information. So what this says, and we'll go over it, but the Ace of Swords is that, the Seven of Cups is that you don't know what is under those cups, but the Ace of Swords is some insight and truth. So you have some information, so you're more informed of the choices that you're going to make. Then we have Temperance with the Magician. The Devil card with your world. So, you got some stuff going on. You have the Devil card and you have the Tower. And you have the Five of Swords. Then your reading is also about the Eight of Pentacles, crossed over by the Page of Pentacles. So a message about work. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay. Okay, so the devil card can be some things because you got it, what's at the base of it is the devil, but your reading is also about work and a message about work or a message about money. So let's get a complete picture of this and we'll get a clarifier, because the tower, it's about the tower crossed over by the Page of Wands. So you're going to get a message. Now, remember I talked about communication and to clarify communication this week. And that's in everyday, okay, that could be your Five of Swords too, because that's in your everyday communication. That's what Spirit's been saying. But the Tower card with this is a sudden information that was unexpected and it took you off kilter because your final outcome, you've got, do you have the Five of Wands here? No, you don't have the Five of Wands. You do have the Five of Pentacles, but you're able to move forward. But it's, as a result of this communication, you know, it's something that you got a message, unexpected message that as a result of that, you had to change your plans or redefine what you were planning on doing. And then it can be related to work and the Page of Pentacles. So it's two messages, the Page of Rods, the Page of Pentacles, the Tower, and work. So for some of you, it could be, unfortunately, that they are going to shut down. I got that someone maybe is going to shut down for a period of time, and they're going to call it maintenance. You know, sometimes they shut down something, but it's only for a short period of time, a couple of weeks, or as the demand goes down or something. Because at the base of it is the Devil card and the World. So the Devil card, now, the Devil card, you know, is not a devil. It's not a person. It's this negative energies or situations, behaviors that cause a barrier within a person, within themselves, and within others, that they're not authentic. Now, in this situation, it can be that there was, and it's also got the World with it. Unfortunately, you know, there's a lot of volatility that's going on. It's partially related to elections, and I know this sounds very strange, but you know, I had a friend who she invested, and it's always important when what I learned is I had a couple of mentors of friends who I learned from, and this one friend of mine was born during the Depression to a single teen mom. So this was in 1929 she was born. It would have made her very old, but she had this single teen mom that raised her. Thank you, Jason, for knocking that. And my friend was a self-made woman. She worked in an industry. She was taught how to work on the computer, for example, when IBM first came out, and with all the cards and everything. Well, she invested money, and she was a contraire, so she invested opposite what other people did. And when she died, and I was her trustee, she donated $500,000 to the Children's Hospital as a single woman, and dying in her 80s, but she had a huge portfolio. But she always talked about election and how the stock market was affected by elections. Now, also can be businesses. That's what my point was, that there can be things going on because of you know, politics and how people want to be presented, and then we have the end of the fiscal year coming up. So there's something that could be affected by it. But the Devil card can be, like layoff, it can be shutdowns, it can be if someone is in you know, like in a relationship, it can represent toxic situations. But you know, this is not the home. It doesn't have home cards. It has the work cards, and then the middle of your world. So this could affect all parts of your world, which could be income, for example. It could be money. Now, the important thing to know is that this is only temporary, because the final outcome is the Four of Rods. So it's knowing that this is just a little, you know, it's not a forever. Let's just say it's not a forever, because crowning you, you have the Seven of Cups. So it could be an adjustment. Remember I said it can be an adjustment. Then what you thought was permanent is not permanent. And then there's, you know, look at these as opportunities, because the Tower is Spirit saying, okay, we're going to move things a little bit, and we're going to get the energy moving. So some of you have gotten complacent where you are, or some of you, you've wanted to make some changes in your life, but you were afraid to, that you were blocking your own progress. And the universe is saying, okay, we're going to stir things up a little bit. And so think of it that way, because it's change, and change is sometimes, you know, we learn from change. We learn from this. You know, if everything was smooth, we wouldn't learn. And then it builds and builds. Because if I had had a smooth life all my years, I would not have the knowledge that I have. And as you get older, fear goes away, because you have encountered things along the way and go, well, I knew how that happened, so this is how I would do it. So it's all building your confidence, building your skill set, and knowing that this is adding to, so that you are becoming more competent. And not only that, but more self-assured. It's like, oh, okay, I can handle that. I know how I did that. Because behind you is, remember, temperance, patience, and able to manifest. So this is saying, be patient, reaching up to the heavens. It's going to come to you. But temperance is like, first, know that it's going to come, and that you can manifest whatever you want. Now, I like the fact that, let's point out that this has the infinity in crowning, because that means that it's unlimited. There is no limit in the universe. Because your neighbor has everything doesn't mean that it's limited and you don't get what you want. There is abundance in the universe. And so it is the collective. Cheer on the other people, and know that we all are, you know, encourage the people around you, and that there is plenty for all, because you're going to be able to manifest what you want. You know, the universe is stirring things up, because you wouldn't say, well, I want something new, if you were complacent and staying exactly where you are. But the universe is like saying, okay, and it could be a job, because I look here that we have your Eight of Pentacles, which is work, crossed over about a message about money, or yeah, so it's about work. And this is the Tower, and you get a message. So it's a couple of messages. Or it could be that you get a couple of messages and you go, wow, what a day. You know, I got all these messages and it wasn't what I expected, nor did I want. Remember I said that sometimes that we have messages, or the person walked up to you and you don't know what their day was like, what they've been through. This could be the same sort of thing. Because crowning you, this is you have some clarity about some choices. Now, I pointed out the Seven of Cups. You know, you don't know what's under here. And this is information to help you in guiding what you want to create. Now, Spirit told me that we have the Seven of Cups. We don't know what's under there. And sometimes we're afraid to make a move and hesitant. However, the Spirit said there is no accident. So whatever you choose is whatever you were supposed to choose. So there's no accident. And as a result of choosing, you know, it isn't forever. And if you make a choice and it doesn't, you know, after you make that choice, you go, well, I really didn't want this. This isn't what I thought it was. You learned something. And what you learned is, well, you're not going to do that again. Or you learn, gee, I really like this and I'm going to do this again. It's all about learning, and there is no accident. So whatever choice it is exactly as how it was to be, and you be in the flow. When you do that, it takes the stress out. But you also have the clarity, because the Ace of Swords is knowledge and wisdom coming to you to make more informed decisions. Because what we have is, we've got your heavy burdens about this situation. Could be there's a change in employment. Could be that there's a change in home and you've got some heavy burdens. But know that the Ten of Wands means it's just about over. That it's, you know, the weight on your shoulders, but you can see the end of this burdensome path. And it's an end of this chapter. If you're reading a book, you're about ready to turn the page and go to the next chapter. That's pretty exciting sometimes. And so you go, oh, okay, what's coming up? Good things are coming up. After you finish this chapter, good things are coming up. Because, look at here. Here is, you know, this is some financial constraints. It could have been a job. It could have been a bonus. I don't think it's anything that you were expecting, like a lump sum or something. I don't think it's that. But it's like, you know, there was maybe not enough money, but it looks like here's the victory. You were moving out of that situation. So if you had some financial restraints or concern, you're moving away from that situation. That the flow is going to start. You know, this has been around you, but here's the Five of Pentacles, which is, you know, our money, the inflation is coming, and there's, you know, affects us. Now, I just got here that, you know, someone, maybe you were thinking about buying a house, and there was constraints because of the interest rate. Well, now the interest rate's going down, and maybe you feel like you can move forward with that. I just got that for someone. So good things are starting to happen, and you have victory now because you're victorious out of this monetary concern and maybe to move forward. Because we have here, this is the Emperor, which can be government, and the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups can be an individual or it can be a home. And the Emperor can be a decision made about the Knight of Cups, or it can be a government. So there's something about home and some dealings with the government. It could be a home loan for someone. It can be, now this is the Knight of Cups. You know, it can be also, I look at this, and this could be, the Knight of Cups can be a relationship, and the Emperor can be getting married because it's government, and you get a government license. So, and it goes with your Four of Rods. So someone could be getting married this week. You're going down to the courthouse, which is your Emperor, and it's the Knight of Cups. So if you're getting married this week, good. Yeah, someone's getting married this week. I see it, very happy. Yeah, very happy. And like even I see the flowers being thrown. It's like impromptu, like even in front of the judge or something, but it's very good. Someone's getting married. Let me know if you're getting married. Then we have, you know, you've got this Justice card. Now, there's something, you know, the Justice card is that there was something that was going on in the background. Now, justice could be a couple of different things. It can be related to a decision or a situation related to some deception. It can be that there's justice, like the legal system coming to some sort of unfair thing that had gone on. It can be legal things related to a domestic or some of civil thing where someone, you know, was did something like a contract or something. But it's, you know, this is the deception and some things behind under the scenes that could have been, you know, it could be domestic where there's arguments. It could be some financial dealings which they tried to shortcome you. It could also be if someone had been involved in those, that they have the legal system that they're facing some sort of criminal thing. But I think it's more that it could be civil, and it's the Justice card. Or you could have made a decision to leave this situation too. Because whatever the outcome is, look at this. Here we have the Four of Wands. Everything's happy. It's a good, happy, happy conclusion. And it's a Two of Rods. Could be marriage. Could be an agreement. It could be something about a home. Could be moving to a new home. But it has a very good outcome. Now, isn't that interesting that we have the Devil, we have the Tower, but then we have the good outcome. So, you know, it's being in the flow and knowing that things happen along the way. The other thing is that from what I have learned is sometimes the universe gives us messages, and it's important to listen to those messages, because if you ignore them, you know, it can be a snowball effect. That was what sometime maybe I'll write a book about moving to Portugal. I don't know, I don't think I will, but long story short, it's important to look at the signs. And sometimes when there's blocks there, it's Spirit saying, okay, there's a block, and, you know, listen to, you know, go this way instead of this way to be protected. But you have the Devil card related to your world, which could be some blockage. It could be a change of flow. It can be some things that you thought, you know, it can be some deceptions. It could be disagreements. It could be some monetary things, but then you had the Tower related to work. You got two messages. That's your Tower. And then it can be related to work. So be prepared that you're going to get some messages. And it might not be what you thought it was going to be, but just be in the flow and know that it's just get yourself back up and move forward, because it's not a permanent. It's just a little side step. Now I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards, and we have the Wisdom of the Oracle right here. And I want to tell you how much I appreciate all of the support from all of you. I so appreciate every one of you and your kind messages. And sometimes people say things that aren't too kind, and then I thought, well, I think I've made it, because all the psychics who have the really large large subscribers, huge amounts, they even have someone that reads their messages for them, because sometimes they're not so nice in the comments, and they block those. But I'm thinking, okay, well, I got some, you know, some negativity now, and I do read them, and I send light and love to those who send the messages to me. Because we're all part of the collective, and I don't know what they've been experiencing. Just like, you know, the cards are saying that people can be coming up to you, and maybe, you know, you don't know what kind of day they had. And so I'm sending them light and love too. And and the other thing is, if they disagree or they don't like how I present something, there are thousands of other YouTube channels, thousands. And, you know, maybe it'd be more of their liking. We have all sorts of choices. You don't have to go to the same restaurant. So, you know, everybody has their own preferences, but I so appreciate everybody and your kind words for me. Okay, angels and archangels and spirit guides, what do we have here for our Aries for this week? And Nina's right here supervising the cards. Aren't you, Nina? Okay. Okay, well, the first one is TikTok. So it's being aware of the time. Oh, and then we have milk and honey. Good things coming. And then the final outcome is co-create. There's your, you know, as the things change, then it gives you an opportunity to put new things. What do you want to create? And TikTok, I think, is the one about time and being in the flow. Oh, the time, it's not your time. Sometimes the delays are delays of time, that it could be being in the flow and it's not your time. I think that's what it is, that there's some delays and you wonder when it's going to happen. And I need to read that myself. Okay, timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind them and the future ahead. But what if that isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order were happening now in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire, so release your agenda. And isn't that interesting, because you had the co-create card? Now that's interesting. It says you have all the time to co-create. And then you get the co-create card. Well, there is no coincidences in the universe. And then milk and honey, there's what you create. Look at that rainbow. So you can create whatever you want, and there's abundance. Pretty powerful, Aries. This shows how powerful you are and what you can manifest and create. And the other card, oh boy, and I got a real positive on that. I can feel the energy on that one. Okay, and then I think I'm going to pull a couple of Louise Hay, and that will be it for today. Okay, angels and archangels and spirit guides. And you have such wonderful spirit guides. You've got great teams, all of you. Angels and archangels and spirit guides. Here we go. My income is constantly increasing. Oh, isn't that good? There's your Five of Pentacles going away. I begin now today to open myself to every increasing prosperity. If you want to take a picture of that, there it is. It's a great affirmation. And the other card for you is right here. It is safe to look within. As I move through the layers of other people's opinions and beliefs, I see within myself a magnificent being, wise and beautiful. I love what I see in me. There. Okay. Now, here's your meditation card, and I'm supposed to pull a divine beloved for you. Okay. Angels and archangels and spirit guides. Don't go through here, Jason. Jason, no. Oh, sorry for that. Angels and archangels. I think he misses Gypsy. I'm not sure, because they were together a long time. Angels and archangels. The only one that's been here as long as is Milo, my little old oxen. He just chugs along. Angels and archangels, what do we have for our Aries, for our divine beloved? Okay, fear. I release all fear. So, some of you might be afraid of the tower moment and the devil. I invite you, divine beloved, to move through me in all ways, guiding my actions in every movement. Let me release all fear and feel unbridled openness to the new. Yes, so do not fear those changes. Be open to the new. Because remember, two things cannot occupy the same space at the same time. So if you're in a situation that keeps you from your highest good, it is removing that to open the space for new opportunities to come to you. So do not be afraid of that. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so let's pull your meditation card for this week. And then I'm going to be doing the October readings and have them out probably this weekend, I think. So here's our meditation card for this week for our Aries. And it is replenish. The sun will rise and we will try again. Yeah. So don't give up. It's just a new chapter. Nina and I are sending you light and love from Portugal. And if you have not subscribed, please consider being a subscriber. And thank you so much.